Hello everyone, I'm Phil Hazelden from Specialist Access Engineering. We are the UK dealers for the IMER Access range of spider lifts. Right behind me we've got the new R20DA, which is the newest model in the spider lift series of machines from IMER. And I just wanted to do a short video today just going through some of the subtle changes and some of the more obvious changes that comes with this new model. So to start off with, the control box, although the switches and the controls are pretty much identical to some of the older models, the main difference we see here is the new colour screen that we've got, which gives us quite a lot of information. See up to the left there, we've got the engine information, temperature, preheat, the battery symbol to show that the machine's charging. It gives us a lot of information, but also it helps us with diagnosing operator errors. So as you can see on this page, this tells us whether certain conditions have been met. So is the column centered, the slew, is that centered, the riser boom fully down, and each one will give us a green or a red light to say whether it's been stowed properly or not. And this helps us quite a lot with operator error issues where a customer might ring up and say, I can't get the legs up. It's quite simple for us to just go onto this page and ask the questions, have you got all green lights basically, and if they've not, it means one of the booms elevated, and then from there we can decipher which boom needs to be lowered. Another screen, we've got more information such as the software, hours, etc. We've also got outrigger conditions, so obviously the red dot indicates that the outriggers are up. We've also got the chassis inclination over to the left, pressure sensor values. Again, we've got more conditions, whether they've been met, and we've also got sensor voltages and degrees. This also helps us if we think we've got a problem with a sensor. We should be able to decide whether it's out of calibration or disconnected or whichever really. Back onto the main screen, we can see we've got up onto the top there, we've got the weight that's currently in the cage. I'm leaning on it at the minute, so it's showing 12-13 kgs. We've got battery life for the control box, machine hours. We can see that the chassis inclination. So it really does give us quite a lot of information. Also, what the factory have also done is the older models used to give us a fault code, a number, a 3-digit number to tell us what faults that the machine might have. Right now it gives us a description of the fault, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to decipher what might be wrong with the machine. So just quickly, the old fault code would have been 544, and as you can see the code is at the top, but now you can see that we get a description of the fault. So remote not in the basket position, I've just disconnected the sensor. Let's just turn that off. I've disconnected the sensor and it's come up with that fault code, so the operator will know straight away what the issue is. Another change that's been made is obviously the cage is a lot more compact than the older cages. The way that we mount the cage onto the end of the jib section has changed slightly, so to make it a little bit easier to get on and off. We've also got a new step system, which I think you'll agree is a lot more of a simple way of accessing the cage. Another change that's been made is we've completely, the factory have completely got rid of the docking sensors or the docking switches that the older machines might have had. Previously we've had limit switches which acted on a metal plate with springs. Then the system changed to proxy switches and infrared sensors, which were usually mounted around here, you might notice. But what we have now on the machine is every boom has an angle sensor. So at any given time, the computer knows exactly what position the machine's in and what angle and what height everything is in. So in the main telescope section, if we can just see under here, not really, there is a length sensor which tells us how much outreach we've got. We've got an angle sensor on each boom, such as the ones under the grey covers and on this jib section. This also helps us with the latest addition we've got on these machines, which is the home function. So we can collapse all the booms ourselves. However, we do have a button on the control box to bring the machine home. So it's just this button here. If we press that button, it'll collapse all the booms in a safe way until the machine's completely stowed, and then we can bring the outriggers up. So another new change, the IMER have completely simplified any ground control. We used to have a huge box with a lot of wires in. Now we just have the small key box, which just has an on light, a key switch and an e-stop. This saves a lot of space on the machine, a lot of wiring and relays that would have been inside that huge box that used to be fitted. Now everything's neatly compacted into a small box. The fuses are a lot more accessible now. They used to be sort of hidden behind the big box or under the covers, so you had to start dismantling the machine to get to some of the fuses. Now everything is pretty much, it's very obvious to see and to find. We also have a new location for the Scanrico battery charger, just underneath this plastic cover, so it's completely waterproof. I say completely, as long as you don't crack the canopy or take it off. It's hidden away from the water and the frost, so that should help the longevity of that part as well. Another huge change, which is fantastic for a spider lift, is the emergency lowering system has got a whole lot easier now. Typically on spider lifts you've got to activate various valves, boom, outrigger changeover valves, proportional valves, and all the rest of it. Right now what we have is a simple switch to activate the electric motor. So when you switch this on, the electric motor will fire up, and we have the valves for each boom function. So getting the machine down and getting the operator down has become so much easier by just a flick of the switch and activate on the valves, and that's all you really need to do. We've the factory IMER, the design team, have moved the battery isolator switch. Anyone that's used an IMER before will know that occasionally you might have to reset the machine because of certain latching error codes that might appear. So now the battery isolator is handily placed just next to the engine, so no more having to take steel covers off to find the battery isolator. It's pretty easy to find. So the outrigger leveling is all the same. We just need to keep our finger on the outrigger level switch. What the 20 meter does now, the R20DA, once all 4 outriggers have hit the ground, we can let go of the outrigger switch and it will level it by itself. The screen will tell us when it's completely finished its leveling. As you can see, it's still leveling. We've got the outrigger screen on at the moment. Once it's found 0 degrees, it'll change the screen to the boom screen, and then we can put the control box in the cage and away we go. So as mentioned before, we do have a home button on this machine, easily activated. We just keep our finger on this button, and what it'll do is it'll bring it down in the safe way possible, which is telescope the machine in, rotate the machine back to center position, once the machine's found center position, then it'll lower each boom down. If you just keep your finger on this button all the while, it will find the home, and then you can bring the outriggers up after that. As you can see, there's been a lot of positive changes with the IMER range of machines. The R20DA has come off the back of a lot of research and development by the design team, testing, looking back at previous models and to see what could be done better. And as you can see, that there is a lot of changes to be made and that have been made. As always, if you need any more information, feel free to contact myself. I can send you all the specs over, send you prices. If you want to book a demo, obviously contact me. If you're an existing IMER customer and you've got any issues, feel free to contact me. My phone's usually on, so I'm always available to talk, or alternatively, you can contact us by email. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was of some use. Thank you very much. Bye bye.